up for the people who made breakfast this morning. Got up early. So we're going to get our morning started, and I know you're excited to hear from all the speakers this morning. But I'd first like to just introduce all of the executives and above that are here. We have a room full of talent. So I'd like to start out. I can't see everybody, so if you're an executive, could you just please stand for me, please, and thank you. Stand so I can see everybody.
Paul Brockner
From?
Wisconsin.
Okay. And, sure.
Sherry Thompson from Michigan.
Okay.
Sherry Waters, Michigan.
Okay. And there's Yvonne Matson from? Wisconsin. And then, where's Judy Siegel?
She's downstairs. She should be here.
Okay, so Judy Siegel is here. And, of course, our fabulous Karen Josephus over in the kitchen. Let's give it up for Karen. I cannot tell you how much work Karen puts into putting on this retreat. I cannot even begin to tell you how many hours of cooking, shopping, and doing. And would you agree that everything's just always so perfect? And it's really because of her work. So thank you, Karen. Our first speakers, you're just gonna love. I don't know, when you guys were young in your careers, you remember like having idols and that you'd like follow them around and try to get their picture. I have more pictures of the back of Marie and Patty's heads. You know, like I would always like just almost get them and they would be. I'm gone. But these girls are going to come up and chat with you about what it means to be a great director, and then also about moving above and beyond directorship. Because how many of you would like to get off the plateau that you're on right now and let's keep moving forward? All right, so I want to introduce my good friends. This is Marie Fridays and Patti, most of you know. Yay!
Good morning. All right, everybody stand up and say, I feel great.
I feel great.
How about I freaking rock?
I freaking rock.
One more time with like 10 times more enthusiasm.
I freaking rock.
All right, you can sit down. Do you feel like the energy? So the topic was, is National Executive Directorship worth it? Okay, the answer is yes. And, all right, we're done. No. So I want to talk to you about the titles and the roles in your life. And I'd like to just start out by confirming that you are already uniquely and beautifully made, and each of you are a child of God. And the title doesn't matter. Okay, we are not defined by our title, and right now you have the ability to change the lives and make a difference in the people that come in and out of your life. And the power that you have is greater than anything you can imagine, and you never know what a kind word, a little encouragement, a little excitement, a little bit of enthusiasm does for somebody whose life's intertwined with yours. And one time, a long time ago, I did a retreat for women, and we did a timeline, and I had like sort of like transparencies and just like significant things that happened in people's lives, and if they were feeling down or they were feeling up. And then different people that came in and out of their lives at different junctions in their lives that maybe no longer were in their lives, but who always had a permanent impact in who they were. And it was just really eye-opening how sometimes somebody's in your life for a year or two, and then they leave, but they have a permanent mark on you. So I encourage you to not be afraid of the permanent mark that you make in other people's lives. So the number one role and the number one title that each of us have in this room is the title consultant. And no one will get anywhere in the business unless you have a personal business. So your own sales, your own recruiting, your own connection to your customers is the most important thing that you can do. And I want to, just make sure I'm doing, people overcomplicate the business. and I always tell people there's only 2 things you need to become excellent at. The ability to book shows and the ability to do shows. That's it. Forget about everything else. Because if you know how to book shows and you know how to do shows, your business will just duplicate itself. You train people to book shows and do shows. If you really do shows well, everything that you need to happen in your business will happen through your shows. You will get the sales, you will get the bookings, you will get the recruit leads. You bring your new people with you to your shows to train them so they can book shows and do shows. Now, how many of you, raise your hand if you were on the leaders call that was just like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago from the company talking about the power of 2 bookings per show? Raise your hand. So the rest of you were not. So I'm going to just do this very quickly because, you know, you're always learning something new in the business. If you have a piece of paper, just make a vertical line right down the middle. On the left-hand side, I want you to write 2 bookings per show. On the right-hand side, 1 booking per show. So we teach our new consultants as they come into the business and for ourselves that a really good practice is to book 6 shows at the beginning. We want them to do 2 shows a week for the first 3 weeks of their business. All right. 2 shows on the left side, 1 show on the right side. Write the number 6 at the very top of the page on both sides. So they booked 6 shows. Life happens in their first month. Cancellations, 20% cancellation rate's just part of the industry. So they booked 6 shows, they hold 4. 4 times 2 is 8. We have 8 future shows. Go down to the next. If you want to do 3 lines across so you have a grid, you can do it that way. So in the second month of business, they have 8 shows, future shows.
Are you doing the 2? No, I think you're
I'm doing just the 2.
on the
I'm
left.
only doing the left-hand side of the page.
Okay.
Let's be clear.
Okay.
Okay, so I said the first line was they booked 6. They held 4. They got 2 bookings per show. They have 8 future shows. Second grid, 8 future shows booked. You're only going to hold 6 because 2 are going to cancel. And you're going to have how many future shows booked? 12. Very good. Next line, 12. Let's do this fast. 12, 2 cancel. How many are held? 10. 2 bookings per show. How many future shows? 20. Okay, 4th line, the bottom of the page. If you have 20 shows, each increment of 10, 4 are going to cancel, 16 are going to hold. How many future bookings? 32. That is how Marta Ross became Marta Ross. That's how Aduska Mills did Aduska Mills things. That's how Michael Reeves and Tennille Eubanks and the top sellers in the company became top sellers. Because within 4 months, their business was so incredibly strong that they were booked out 2, 3, 4 months, 2 shows, 3 shows every week. That is how it happens. It is not rocket science, it's the law of multiplication. Let's look at the right side of the page. We're going to start with 6. 2 shows cancel. How many were held? 4. 1 booking for each show? 4. Next month, month 2, 4 shows are booked, 2 cancel. How many are held? 2. 1 booking per show. How many future shows for month 3? 2 cancel. How many are held? 0. Month 4. They're gone. Do you understand why the 2 bookings per show habit is so incredibly important? If you've ever felt like you were treading water, you were losing ground, you're always trying to climb uphill, your group is always fizzing out. Have you ever felt that way? Never go home. We're here to help each other. We're not here to batter each other, but knowledge is power. You've got to know the facts. And that is why cancellations are part of the industry, reschedules. And I know the math doesn't always go perfectly like that, but I want to talk to you about what it means to be healthy. And so if we try to teach our teams and our training and our show and how we do things is based on the word abundance, having more than you need, having enough for growing your team, then you're never, it is very strange to say, but Marna and I and Karen, Patti are privileged to have Love Carpenter on our Friday morning coffee talk, like accountability group. In Love's team, the term green is never used. When they start people out with 2 shows a week and the way they teach how to do an interactive, fun show that is very intentional, they always get the recruiting and the booking leads. She is setting goals from the very beginning. Instead of just saying 100 Pampered Chef dollars, she is like using the old formula of like the Super Starter program that we had ages ago and saying, if you had $100 to spend, $200 to spend, $300 to spend, $400, let's make out your wish list. What's the first products you're going to add to your kit or your kitchen? You want the grill pan and press. You want this. So they're making a concrete goal at the very beginning. What are the first things I'm going to add to my kit in my kitchen? What am I going to do with my $1,000 paycheck, which is the paycheck I'm going for? So I am not going for $1,250. I'm going for my $800 paycheck, my $400 in Pampered Chef money. I'm going to get this stuff, and they are launching out of the gate, armed and dangerous is the way she calls it, armed and dangerous. They know what they want, they have a formula, and they're going after it. You know, the part that's a shame is that each of you have the ability to always keep your title and grow your title. You do not need your team to do the sales. You could do it yourself. There's no reason for you not to have a $5,000 in sales month each month yourself, if you wanted to, if that was part of your intention. And until your team is big enough, your sales are the most important factor. And I would love to say that, you know, being a national executive director, I can like float on an air mattress in the middle of a lake, but it is not the truth.
No.
Maybe 1 week a month. And it's really important to work hard and play hard. It's okay to have, like Carrie said, her relaxing time in the summer, you know? And I said, what does relaxing mean? She goes, relaxing. Well, what does that mean? You know, you do nothing. You just sit out on a lawn chair, you do nothing. And I'm like, yeah, that's a fun thing to do. So I want you to jot down what it means to be a healthy team. And we really will go into, and Patti will do the fun stuff and show you the money and the perks and what it means to be a national so that you can set some big goals. Yeah, I get the boring part, she gets the fun part. I am the straight man, she's the funny man. Everybody loves Patti. Marie's boring, Patti's fun. We're a team. We're a team. Yes, we're a team. Everybody together, everyone achieves more. Yes. Okay. So director sales per month, minimum. You should never go below 20. I'm just going to give you what it means. This is old statistics. There used to be a person who worked for Pampered Chef who was a statistician. And her name was Tracy Burton, and yes, I love her, and she just analyzed the numbers. So these are numbers, like them or hate them, love them or don't, they are what they are. So director sales per month, minimum. Your goal should be that you always have 2,500 at least. And I know most of you in this room exceed that number, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Average sales per active person on your team, $1,000. Ouch. Not $150 to keep them active. You know, do not look at minimums. If you really want real, live, breathing, active people who are making a paycheck, people will leave. If you are going to invest your time in training people, train them well. You want them to have a $1,000 party. You want them to have a good paycheck. There is nothing like a great paycheck that will keep people in the business. There's nothing like bookings in the calendars. When people tell me, I decided to leave the business, code for I have no freaking bookings. nobody leaves with a full calendar. It's bullshit. It really is. I'm sorry. Bullshit. You know, so let's be real. You know, it's like we're, you know, just like a church. We're a hospital for sinners, not, you know, a club for saints. Nobody here has a perfect business. We don't. So the team goal is your active people that are actually selling do 1,000 in sales. They should be doing 2 shows and their party average should be 550 or better.
Slow down.
Your party average of your team members should be 550 or higher. This is just to look at like what your stats are. It's not always pretty, but it is what it is. 45% of your team should be selling at $1,000. I know, it gets worse. 45% of your team should be selling at the $1,000 level.
45 or 40?
45. This is not pretty. Like, nobody's going to pass. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to pass. It's not about passing. It's just about knowing. And then having a goal of what you should have, you know, tried to do. 35% of your team. So now you can take that 45%, 35, like, you can say, like, all of us can stand up who had 1,000 in sales, keep on standing if you had 1,250 in sales. So what this means is at any given time, 45% of your team has 1,000 or more in sales. I don't want the numbers to lie to yourself and they add up with everybody selling. That doesn't happen every month. But in a healthy team, 45% of your given team have more than 1,000 in sales. Of that, 35% have above 1,250. 15% have 2,500. 3% of your team have 5,000 in sales or more. I'll read it back. Okay.
Is this
I can send the document to Karen,
put it on the
but I will, and I can upload it to the director thing.
it's there.
Team members, personal team. We're talking consultants here.
And are these selling, are the ones selling or your total number? Like the 30?
45% of your team of the total number should have 1,000 in sales. That means 55% do not. So half of your team is selling, and maybe 5% are doing 150, whatever. Yes.
Back when Tracy did that, director's report, and it's been adjusted for that adjustment in our plan.
No. But you want to have, I'll just keep on going with a couple of these stats. A healthy team goal, 80% of the consultants that you start up qualify in 90 days. So 80% of your new people do qualify in their 90 days. You, as the director, are adding 1 new person per month, and your team is adding 1 new person a month. That means at the end of the year, you've added 12 to 15 people, and your team has added 12 to 15. That's the definition of healthy. Now, where did I go?
I'm sick. I'm very, very ill.
You're very ill.
No, it's good.
Hey, that's what you're here for.
It's good.
Now, what's possible?
And you can do
You
something.
definitely have that ability to influence your team by example and by what you do. And I'm going to tell you that it's a whole lot easier to give birth than revive the dead. Write that one down. Easier to give birth than to revive the dead. Everything that Love did and everything the company is really finally sharing with you is about what happens when new people get added to your team and things go differently from the very beginning. It's not that old dogs can't learn new tricks, but it's easier to train the younger ones. And it's easier to start people out right. And you can either live your life, either let life go by, or you can choose to live your life. So you can either be passive and be on the flotation device and go wherever the wind pushes you, or you can start get off the raft and decide the direction you want to go. So one of the things that we were supposed to do here is to inspire you to reach higher and share a little bit about what it actually means to be a national executive director. Because I think for a lot of people, you know, we possibly talk about the director level. How many of you have ever done a director pile-on at a meeting? So, you know, people are finding out, oh, you get the 3% pay raise, and you get the free samples, and you get, what are some of the other things? Shout it out.
Director Academy.
Director Academy.
Less trip points.
Less trip points.
250 PC dollars.
250 Pampered Chef dollars.
$10 per active.
$10 per active consultant on your.
I have it all here if you need it.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
The vending machine is the best thing I ever bought.
All right, so Lydia, do that.
Oh, turn around.
I just did this at a-
Lydia, come on up here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, because I'm trying to do the pile where you bring all the stuff, I'm too old, I can't handle all that stuff anymore. So we literally brought up the newest director who promoted, here, come up here. So we're like, and let me just tell you, this was eye-opening. I did a recruiting workshop with Kathy Yelitz the first Saturday of March. And you assume your people know what they get as a director, okay? So here, will you give them to her as I mentioned them? So when I printed these slides, these were created by Claire Dolger, and I just printed them and put them front to back and put them through my laminating machine, which is super cheap on Amazon, so they're not expensive. So I'm like, Marie, this is so exciting, yay! So the new director did not know half of what she was getting, and she was a director. So I was like, you are not going to believe all the stuff that you get as a new director. So let's go over all the rewards. So I just kind of hold that up. I'm like, the first reward is that you have a team to work with. How many of you would much rather work with other people than by yourself? Okay? And then flip it over. And then, oh my goodness, now many of you probably already know this perk, that you're going to get additional income, right? How many of you are all about working smarter, not harder? Okay? And then we just kind of go through them each side. So you got to hold them up. Okay, so you also are going to get $10 for each person who's active on your team. And did you know this? 30 Pampered Chef dollars for every consultant that you've personally recruited, okay, and they've qualified in their first 90 days. So how many is this if you're a director and you have 5? Doesn't 150 PC dollars sound more exciting than 30? They don't ever add it up in their head. 150 PC dollars, okay, what else?
And then the $10.
Yep, we did that one. So a $10 activity bonus. What else do we have here? Fast Track to Director program, where you can earn $500, $1,000, or $2,000 in extra cash if you promote to director in your first 90 days. Okay? And then professional development. How amazing is it that our company will give us $100 to go learn? Right? You can take classes and learn all kinds of different things. Most people, and one thing I did is I had everybody raise their hand. Every time we mentioned a reward, they had no idea, had never heard about. So it was very eye-opening because like 3/4 of the room was raising their hand. Career title pins, you're going to get this awesome pin to wear, so people ask you about your business. And then how about this one? Woo! Nobody knew this.
Yeah.
This person, no one in the room knew that they got 2. So how much are you really getting in PC dollars? If you have 5,
400.
150 plus 250, $400. You all have to do the math. They're not doing the math, okay? So it's very eye-opening. Special ribbons at conference. How many of you went to a conference without a ribbon the first year and swore you would never go back without another ribbon, okay? Special recognition at conference. You're going to get to walk the stage and you're just going to be like Miss America. You're going to love that. New product samples. How many of you would love to have the products just show up at your door every 6 months, everything in the kit, and then you can earn a second set as a consultant? 30% product discount. You don't have to sit around and wait for special promotions. You can order discount anytime. New Director Academy. So they're having the next one in May, so you can attend that as a new director and even earn travel allowance, up to $250 spending money. And then a discount, of course, discounted travel points. Is that the right word?
Yeah, for the trip.
Okay, so lower travel points, so you get to go to Disney sooner because you're going to earn it faster than the rest of us. So it's just a great visual, and you don't have to
Excellent. So
I'll post this in the group.
thank you, Lydia. All right, so Patty, we're going to go through some of the extra things if we had extra share things about some of the National Executive Director Plus perks. The concierge line. Patti, what's the concierge line?
Oh my goodness, so you call into the home office, everybody's on hold or on wait, you actually get Jennifer McCormick at the home office and she redirects you if she cannot answer your question. But it's like the Bat hotline. You ever see Batman? You ever got that hotline?
Oh, it's Patti on the phone. Answer it quick. She goes to the top of the line. Car allowance, Patti. How much does the National get for a car allowance?
Car allowance, $900. Does that cover the cost of a car for anybody here? Yeah. Does that help out? Yeah.
What's that? All right, you can pay for
I
two
know, that
cars.
would be nice, right? $900.
Chairman's Circle, Patti. What is Chairman's
Chairman's
Circle?
Circle. Okay, so we get together once or twice a year. Usually it's twice a year, and you meet. We meet with Doris, and all the other nationals get together. There's a little bit of a spa in there, just in case. They kind of throw that in there. But it's really where we network and we talk to the home office about things that are currently relative, and like we want to share with them, they want to share with us, and they are looking for some input.
Right.
That's
Now,
okay.
at Chairman's
Yeah.
Circle, I was
Oh, yeah.
noticing something that you got. What do you get at Chairman's Circle?
Oh my gosh, so you get a bracelet.
Not
And
just any
not-
bracelet.
It's a Tiffany's bracelet. It's
Tiffany's
But it's a
bracelet.
personalized Tiffany's bracelet.
Personalized.
Just saying. And anyway, so it charms. And the charms. So they add a charm, kind of like, for each destination that we're at. So we have things like, a palm tree, there's a sun, there, it just to kind of, I think Chicago, we actually have the little Ferris wheel for the Navy Pier.
I only have one charm.
Patti has a lot. I don't have a lot, but I have some. But that is a wonderful perk. You actually get a personalized, I don't even know if we have that on there, personalized notebook. It's a little personalized notebook. Yes.
Is this for executive or for?
No, national.
National.
This is for national.
Tiffany bracelet is for nationals.
Yeah, Tiffany is for national. Are we doing that?
Yeah, we're at National.
Okay, we're at national.
And we get to go to Executive Sun.
We get to go to executive send. They bring us in, a day or two early.
It's in addition to Chairman's.
Yeah, and it's another spa. We get another spa day. And what else do we do there? Oh, and then we hang out with the executives when they come in. And yeah.
Sometimes we go to Arizona.
And then we hang out at Marie's house. So everyone's invited next time we're there. No, I'm just kidding.
We get our picture in the catalog.
Oh yeah, picture in the catalog, which is kind of fun. Took forever to get there, but yeah, picture in the catalog.
Something that you guys might not know is about the bank for sales.
Yes.
We get a banking account for sales. Explain what that perk means, Patti.
Okay, so at the beginning of the year, they make a deposit of $1,500.
$10. Not real dollars.
$10. And what happens is that because we have such crazy hectic schedules, we travel, we do downline visits, do things at launches and all of that other stuff. Sometimes we have a month maybe where we can't submit sales. Now, I have to say that, I'm still doing business and we're still doing our basic shows because honestly, it is not about our team to get on those trips. We have to do the sales. So, but they allow us a little bit of slack. So at the beginning of the year, it's $1,500. We still have to do $500 a month. So months that we submit more than $500.
No, $1,500. More than.
No. Months that we submit more than $500, that money goes in the bank. So if we submit, I submitted whatever, say $2,000 in sales in January. All right. They don't take out of my bank. They actually add $1,500 to my bank.
Okay.
So they add $1,500 to my bank. And months that I don't do $500, they need to withdraw $500. But at the end of the year, you have to have in your bank, okay, at the close of December, you have to have $1,500. So I can technically go 3 months or whatever without sales, provided that I have in my account. Did I do that?
Yes, yeah. So it means that you're never not going to get your paycheck for you
Right,
not
exactly.
having your personal business because they protect the nationals with like this bank account. So you do a $5,000 month, you
Right.
have $4,500 deposited in your
Yes.
bank. You could legitimately go the next couple of months. You're not gonna earn a trip, but
Right.
it's a great little perk of the business.
And we have really reduced
Last
points.
year when I broke my ankle and I was laid up for 3 months, I didn't have to worry.
Okay, so at senior.
At senior exec, you
that
get the
perk
bank
as well.
perk
Yeah.
too.
Oh, do we do logo wear? Like anything that comes out, like those bags that are, like the garden totes that have already come out. Any logo wear items that are, that are introduced as a consultant incentive, we actually get those automatically. We don't have to do anything for them, we get them, but the other great perk is we can earn them as well. And when you guys are earning, and I'm just gonna say this, I don't think we have this on there either, the free-for-all, so it's 1,500, 3,000, 6,000, so whatever level that we earn at, if I earn the $1,500 level, it doubles for me, so I technically earned the 3,000. Plus, I already get the set. Like when the cookware came out, we didn't get a piece of cookware like the stainless. We got the entire set of cookware. So so we get all of that and all the logo wear, which is really kind of nice. So anything that has logo wear, the luggage, I'm thinking the tote, that new cart shopping tote that's coming out. I know.
Yes, we already have them.
I know. And we actually got the male one. So there are
Yeah.
actually two versions. There's the polka dot one that actually we got at Exec Sem, and you get two of them. And I don't know if you guys know this, but both of them fit in the cart side by side. So you can actually put them both in the cart. I know I did a video. Yes. So I actually just did a video with Jane Miller. So they're doing like a quick minute video. It's really kind of fun. You can throw things in there. It holds up to 40 pounds. It is great. And it's a great perk that we can show our teams and obviously get them excited about whatever that is. So.
And I'm going to say the most important thing to me, besides like the spa stuff and having time with top in the company and communicating with Doris and Jean, is really that they use the nationals for input. I've never had the ability before to have the kind of influence in the future of the company that I have right now. I want to let you know that next week, the Nationals are having a call with Doris where a decision is going to be made about what products to drop out of the line. Because at executive seminar, they heard from a bunch of us, we have too many things. We have some crap in the catalog, But not everything, let's put it this way, not everything is up to the standard that we would like it to be. So they actually used the nationals and they said, okay, based on the feedback that you gave us when the nationals met at executive seminar, here's the things that we heard from you that you think should be dropped. Here's a picture of them. Did we make any mistakes? Because what Patti thinks might be different than what Marie thinks. Did we make any mistakes? Defend what should be kept or defend what should be gotten rid of. So I've never experienced before what kind of influence. So if for no other reason, I feel like I could be the sound and the ears and the voice for my team. And we are making a permanent impact on the future of the company. And if we do what we told them to do, Doris is saying, how do we position this to the field? What do we say to them if we drop somebody's favorite item? Let me just give you like a food for thought. How many scrapers do we have in the collection? Like 17 or something stupid like that? So if we were going to have a certain number, what number of scrapers should we have?